What's up, YouTube? This is Matthew back here with you today, and I have got a slew of through the mail autograph returns that I want to share with you. It's been a while, a couple of weeks since I did a video. I've been really busy, so I've stocked up everything I've got back during the since my last video, and I'm going to share them all with you. This video will be a little bit longer because of how many. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. And I'll just go ahead and jump right into them. I will tell you that one of the reasons I've been busy, uh, so a lot of you baseball fans probably play fantasy baseball. I'm in several long-running dynasty leagues. I mean, I'm talking like 15, 20-year dynasty leagues on Yahoo. And Yahoo deleted our message boards where we usually did our 5-round redraft each year. And so we have converted, a couple of my leagues has converted over to fan tracks where they have message boards. And that's been a job to do. And um, and so that, and then trying to work around one of my leagues, we decided to use a app uh, that you can get in Google Play Store called Slack, so that everybody in the league can communicate there and post trades, so forth, so on. But anyway, I've been tied up with that as well as other things, and I finally had a chance today to sit down. It's snowing today here in Northeast Ohio, so good day to just stay inside, stay warm, and do a video for my YouTube viewers. Anyway, the first one here is from Barry Bonnell. Pretty solid major league outfielder for a lot of years. For those of you that don't know, this guy was the first overall pick in the, I believe, 1974 Major League Draft or 1975 Major League Draft. I'm not sure. They used to have two phases back then, not just in June, but in July, in January they had draft in those days. So anyway, I sent him. Let's see. I thought it was 4 cards. It took about a month and a half to get these back. That's 84 tops traded. Bonnell this guy was an awesome amateur player. He was a superstar in college. He was a very successful major league player, solid hitter. He had a little bit of pop, just a tad of speed. He was one of those guys that did nothing great, but was a solid all-around player, good defender, everything like that. He never turned into the superstar at the major league level that his college days kind of indicated he would, but he was still a very good major leaguer nonetheless. He was, let's see, it says on the back, 1975 January draft, special January draft, and he was selected first overall by the Phillies, and then he was traded in a deal that helped the Phillies get back, I think, Richie, or better known as Dick Allen, um, with the Atlanta Braves. But anyway, came up with the Braves, played for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's an 83 tops regular edition card with the Blue Jays signed. Here is an 86 Fleer signed, and an 84 Fleer with the Blue Jays. So he signed all four. He's got a very nice signature. I'll hold this one back up. It shows up, looks really good on that 84 Fleer right there. Nice signature right there. Glad to get that back. We'll move on to the next return here, and this next one is a thick one. Um, I'd already cut these open and looked at to see who I'd got back from as I got them, but I never processed them. And what I call processing them is I haven't had time to do a video, so I've never processed these and added them in with my regular collection yet. And this one was from Billy Sample. So the reason this is so thick, I've sent to him in the past, a year or two ago. Uh, let's see. All right, Matthew, thank you and your dad uh, for the compliments in your letter. Best of health to you and Roseanne and the rest of your loved ones, Billy. And it's a picture of Mr. Sample in his playing days, making an awesome outfield catch when he was playing for the Yankees. That's nice, and he signed it. So I'm really thrilled to get that back. That right there will go in. Uh, I don't get anything that I get back from a player like that. I never get. I mean, it goes into my collection as well. I've got a box full of stuff like that. And I sent Mr. Sample, I do remember, 3 cards. So let's see what we got back here. We got an 86 tops traded signed in blue Sharpie there. We got an 86 standard tops with the Yankees there. Nice blue signature on these. And a 1980 tops of Billy Sample with the Texas Rangers. So really thrilled to get that back. All three of those very nice. Blue Sharpie, that just beautiful on those cards. That Yankee card there is a little bit off center, and it makes me sad that it's a little bit off center because that signature is perfect, dead center. And this one right here, he signed at the top. That is really a nice looking autographed card right there as well. And the 86 tops traded is a really nice signature. He signed it on the blue uniform, but luckily it stands out really, really well as a darker shade of blue Sharpie. And that's a nice card. So I'm thrilled with those two returns so far. Moving on here, this next one is Steve Rogers. Okay, Steve Rogers, longtime Montreal Expos ace pitcher, multiple time All-Star. That's a 1978 tops. This one wasn't in the best of shape, but I sent it anyway. It's got some dinged corners, but very nice signature on that card. This card doesn't really have any creases at all. It's just got some really worn out corners. And this is a 78 tops Montreal Expos team card he signed down there. And I use these, like this one's off center as well, but I use those a lot for autographs. And he signed an 1985 Donruss in blue Sharpie. Nice looking signature on that card. And this is an early 80s. I don't know if it's 81 or 82, but an early 80s Fleer Expos team stickers card. And I send these out at times and get players to sign them. And that's a really nice signature on that. So really happy to get those back. Mr. Rogers was a beast. He had a long career, 70's through the early 80s. Arm problems started to get the best of him in 1984. And his career began to wind down at that point. But he was a great pitcher. He was on some awesome Expos teams and the ace of those great Expos teams in the late 70s, early 80s. The next one, Rick Serenade. I sent him one card. Let me get it out of this card saver here. An 87 tops traded, and he signed it in blue on the side there. Really nice card, nice color. Glad to get that back. As you can see the signature there. Really happy with that. Mr. Serenade is a really great signer, and he's a quick returner. I got that back in like 8 days. This next one here, Mr. Willie Mays Aikens, and yes, that is his name. Willie Mays Aikens. This guy was a big-time power hitter during an era when 20 home runs, 25 home runs was considered a big-time power hitter. You were doing something if you were hitting over 35 homers a year, because it wasn't like today where they've changed the way the baseball is made and they've changed all these rules and it was before steroids. So this guy, he played for the Kansas City Royals. He finished his career up with the Toronto Blue Jays. He first came up with the California Angels. This is his signature on an 84 Fleer. And he was a very good hitter. He had some drug issues back in the early 80s that ended up fizzling out his career really prematurely. By the mid 80s, he was out of baseball pretty much. This is 82 Fleer. This was during his peak years with the Kansas City Royals. Here is an 82 tops that's way off center, but still I sent it and he signed it. And a 83 tops that is also off center, and he's got a little smudge mark on the corner right there, but still it didn't affect his signature on that card. These cards were off center, and I sent them anyway. I really wanted to try to get these Fleer cards, which actually the 84 Fleer is off center. This is the best centered card, and it is still off center a little bit left to right. But a lot of times cards that do not make the cut in my set building, because I'm a set builder. I buy collections, boxes of cards, and I build sets. And a lot of times, any card that is off center, doesn't get the cut to the sets that I build, and I toss it to the side, use them as TTMs. The next one is another former Royal, former player and manager. He cut the side open, okay. So that would be garbage now. I won't reuse that. John Wathan. And this is 1990 Topps manager's card with the Royals there. Um, nice signature there. Wathan is a good signer. And these two others are from his playing days. 1978 Topps. Nice sign there. This card, these two cards, and the last one here is his rookie card, a 1977 Topps. And it's off center. Both of these cards have some wear. They don't. Neither one of them has any creasing. No creasing on these two cards, but both have dinged corners, and they come in a collection I bought, and I've been using out of those for TTMs ever since. Because I bought a collection that had a lot of 78 and mid 70's, like from like 1975 down to through 1979, that were pretty much all dinged corners. And this one here came back from Mr. Tom Tishinsky, former big league catcher for the Minnesota Twins, and he put his return address label on the corner there. I saved those just because it's neat. He signed a 3x5 index card for me there, um, and I will take a sticky note and put on the back as to who signed that. That's how I do those and put them up in my collection. And right here is the card I sent him. I sent him one card. Let me get it out of the card saver here. 1970 Topps. It's got a little bit of wear on the corners, but no creasing. He signed it right across his jersey there in what looks like a black felt pen. But at any rate, I'm really happy to get that back. Any vintage card like this, I'm really happy to get signed. Most of these guys that are still living are very much older and not always able to sign anymore. So I was really thrilled to get that back signed. Uh, Tashinsky was not a very good hitter, but he was a very good catcher and game caller. He played on some first place Minnesota Twin teams in the late 60's, early 70's. Some really good contending teams back when they had Harmon Killebrew, Tony Oliva, and their pitching staff was led by Jim Cott and Jim Purry. And I'm really that's a nice one to get back because I love getting vintage cards signed. All right, moving on, we got two more, and these two are kind of fat, so we'll see what's in these. Let me make sure that that's all that was in that one. And this one is Mr. Oh man, this one I forgot about. I sent this out like 3 years ago. I was really shocked, as this was one I kind of wrote off. Ed Hearn, and I needed him for the 88 Top set, and this just happened to come back, and I had forgot that I'd even sent out to him. Like I said, I figured this was a write-off. So I figured the only way I was going to get his autograph on one of these is to basically buy a certified legit copy off of offline or something, or go to Past Pros or something and see if they by chance had him. But I get that back for the set, and he also signed 87 Topps. That's way off center, but 87 Topps. It's off center left to right, pretty bad. But with the Mets, that's his rookie card, and an 89 Topps with the Kansas City Royals as well. And then we've got kind of a Royals theme going here, and I'm not even a Royals fan, but we got a lot of former Royals back. All right, this last one here is from Mr. I'm probably going to butcher this, and it's sad because I'm an Indians fan, Guardians fan, Indians fan, and I remember this guy, but I can't remember how you pronounce his first name. Bayu Alred, I'm assuming. But anyway, he was a former prospect who played for the Indians in the late 80's, early 90's. He came through their system. He was kind of one of those prospects that he excelled in the minor leagues. Kind of what you'd almost call a quad A player. He was very good in the minors, but he never really had a standout tool that helped him solidify himself as a major leaguer. He struggled in his brief call-ups with the Indians, and never really got a chance at a full-time job. He never really hit for big power or had blazing speed. He had a little bit of pop, a little bit of speed. A decent hitter in the minors. In the lower minors, he had some seasons where he hit over 300. In the upper minors, he was more like a 270s hitter. But that's his 91 Fleer, and his autograph is kind of poor. It's always looked just like a pure scribble on everything I've ever seen by him. But as I'm a Guardians and Indians collector, I was definitely going to send to him when I got enough cards to send to him, and since he does sign for free in the mail. And so this is his 91 Fleer. Here is a 1990 Score Rising Stars. Here's a 91 Score Top Prospect card. And here is his 1990 Topps rookie card. So he signed all four. Again, like I said, his signature isn't much more than a scribble. I'm still happy to get these back to add to my collection. It's no doubt it's an authentic autograph by him because I've seen too many of his to that I can recognize it. That's definitely his scribble. But still, today most players, you're lucky if you get a scribble out of them. I like guys that, for the most part, like this right here, that actually sign their name. Sadly, younger players today grew up in a time range where they stopped teaching how to write in school. So outside of printing their ABCs, they really don't know how to write. I've got a niece and nephew that are teenagers now. They can't read. I could write a letter to my, in cursive. They can't even read it. They never taught that in school, so it's kind of sad. The day's going to come where if there's ever a breakdown, like a blackout where there's no electricity, people aren't going to be able to communicate because they won't know how to write. But anyway, thank you all for watching. That is a major haul of autographs. A lot of cards there. I'm not even going to count how many it was, plus the index card as well. I'll be back again soon with more videos. Sorry it's took me a couple of weeks to get a new one up. Like I said, I've been busy. Fantasy baseball season. All right. Catch you all later. Have a good one.